Welcome back, Wagoneers, to another exciting episode of the Wasted Wagons podcast. With us, we have Mike, Sean, Todd, Russ, Pat, and myself. I'm Travis. Today, we're going to do a little something different. We're not going to do a normal episode of the Wasted Wagons podcast. Patrick mentioned this in a group text a few days ago that he saw on a podcast a couple of guys do a beer draft. And in this situation, it was guys drafting, like situational beers, like number one ball game beer, number two cold weather beer. We've talked about pool beer here before, multiple times. So we thought it would be a good idea to actually kind of revisit our top 5 favorite beers, except do it in a fantasy football draft format. We're going to go snake fashion here, and we're going to pick a favorite brand and type of beers off the board. And once somebody takes a beer, it is no longer available for that, and we'll play some games with it moving forward, with our listeners and things like that to figure out who actually drafted what the listeners think is the best team or the best group of beers. So what we're going to do first is we're going to pass around and pick. We haven't decided the draft order yet, but we're going to pass around Lord Helvig's cup with numbers in it. And
has that been sanitized?
No, it has not. So the pieces of paper might be filthy dirty in there. And Mike, you know what? Since
a little crusty.
Since you and Russ are champs, I'm going to let you go ahead and pull the first number.
Now Mike will pass.
All right, now before Sean picks, does Mike want to reveal where he's drafting? Mike has the first pick.
Well, that sucks.
In the beer draft.
Yeah, this is really random. I have 2.
Wow. Sean has number 2.
This is so random.
Todd probably has number 3.
That's 6.
Well, Todd picks last.
6 or 7, yeah.
That's okay, because it's snakes.
Yeah. Russ, what number you got?
I'm
5.
I'm number 3.
You jerk, Pat.
That would probably put me at 4 then, I would guess.
What?
You want to jerk Pat, huh?
Hey.
I said what I said.
I was disappointed, though, that y'all said we were doing this, and there's absolutely no draft board, so I don't know where these selections going. It's going on this piece of paper.
The quality of this podcast is just going down.
Travis has got his paper ready. So.
It's like we're not professional, Russell.
We're on a budget. We're already in the red.
We're balling. Yeah, we are definitely in the red, my brother.
I didn't prepare my cheat sheet, so I might pick Kevin Falk. I don't know.
Priest Holmes, fresh off of an ACL injury.
Jesus, is it all beers?
Yeah, I sat down. I wrote down a bunch of beers that I would like to take.
Fuck.
And I was like, well, let me get prepared for this.
I'm so glad
Patrick is very prepared for this.
I didn't wait last minute at all for this.
I wrote down 8. Patrick has like 34 on there.
I've got 3 on my list right now, and I'm grasping at straws.
Realistically, I wrote down a bunch of options because I know some of the ones I want are obviously going to be taken, so I have to have backup plans. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to on the fly pull up and think of a whole bunch of beers that I'm going to forget a bunch of them. So I just started right off the top of my head. All right, what do I like? What do I have in my fridge? And et cetera. So I didn't do a deep dive, but I just thought about what's in my fridge. What do I have? What do I like? And what's a good pivot for a beer that's going to get taken that I want?
That's okay. I just thought of another one, so I'm adding 9 on here.
I've got 0 in my fridge right now, so that's not helping. I've got those old fashions and shit.
Now, are we going to have, sounds like Sean might have a problem with this, but if we, are we going to need a time clock on this? Like a fantasy football draft, we obviously can't be taking like 2 minutes a pick or anything like that.
No.
But
15 seconds.
I'll be able to make my first pick.
You got a bunch of board games over there, right? You can use little timers from it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good idea.
How many picks total is it?
We're each going to pick 7.
7. Okay.
Get the one out of the board game Taboo.
You have a starting 5 and 2
Taboo.
Yeah, that's true. Do you have Taboo?
Humanity have a timer?
I don't know. Is it a board game? Nozzle.
100%.
I love listening back to that conversation. Like, wait, hold on, wait, card games? What?
That episode is the bane of my life. Just having to listen to that, and I've never been more frustrated in a non-violent way with someone based off that episode.
Well, Patrick and Mike are the board game police, so.
You know what? I want that to be my tagline on YouTube, like Patrick Taplin, board game police.
Russell is timing the hourglass.
This might be too long.
This is the engineer here trying to overthink and overdo things.
So you're gonna set a timer on your phone?
That's probably the best idea.
Because I mean, I think that one.
This is not.
Because I mean, if we pick quick, that shit's gonna.
This is like a
you have to
2-minute
reset
timer.
it.
Yeah.
I think it is 2 minutes.
30 seconds max.
45. If people aren't that prepared, it's going to take some time. Plus, when your pick gets stolen right in front of you,
Yeah.
you're going to need some time to kind of adjust.
Adjust,
Fair
right?
enough. 45 seconds.
All right.
Is Boggle considered a board game? Because that's where I pulled that from.
Mike, I believe you have the first pick. You are officially on the clock.
With the first pick of the beer draft,
I already know what he's picking.
I pick a beer
No shit.
from Spoetzel Brewery in Shiner, Texas.
That's not what I thought he was going with this.
Not the whole brewery.
It's going to be Shiner Bach. Shiner Bach.
Solid first pick.
Yeah.
That was going to be my first round pick, and I believe Mike probably knew that.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be some
This is gonna
defense
be
playing
where-
against each other on
This
this
is going to
one.
be where the strategy has to
Oh,
come in.
The butt hurt's already setting in for Travis.
One pick in, this is already a great episode.
Yeah. Quick number 2 pick. Port Orleans Dope Whip. I don't know if that was going to be on somebody's list, but
It was at the top of my list, I swear.
All right, number 3 pick is mine. You can go ahead and lock it in, Pacifico.
okay.
Not surprised.
Get off
Man,
my
that was on my
ass.
list.
Shut up.
All right, so with Mike taking my clear cut number 1, I'm going to change things up a bit, and I'm going to go with the one that's probably not really in my top 5, but I know there's at least one gentleman at this table
Probably on Todd's list.
that would take this beer. So when I was ahead of him in the draft, I'm going to go with second line Coffee Blonde.
That's what I said. I wasn't sure if they bottled it.
They do.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they sell it in cans.
But
too.
they get a crowler of it
Shit's amazing.
2 weeks ago. I thought you were going somewhere else with that, though, Travis.
I thought you were going to take another one of my beers, honestly. So I'm up next, and I'm going to go with the wonderful Schwartz beer, Kostritzer.
Damn it. So that was going to be my next pick only because it was the one to prevent someone else from getting it, even though it's not like my second favorite of everything I've
I had it lower, but I knew I needed to pick it higher.
All right, and Todd, you actually get 2 back-to-back picks because we're going to do snake order here.
All right.
All right, so I'm going to go with what I thought Mike was actually going to choose to piss me off, and I'm going to go with Urban South Lime Cucumber Goza. And this is the one I thought Travis was going to go with. I'm going to go with the Maui Pineapple Wheat Mana Wheat.
I was very curious about which one of you was going to take that high or first between the two of you because I know it had to be on the list.
How's our scribe over there?
Doing good. Now, Russell, you are back on the clock,
Good, because I'm now going to take Ghost in the Machine.
which would really have, was that really your number 1, or was Cost Rights really your number 1?
Those 2 are pretty top tier for me. They're within my top 3. There's another one that I'm hoping to grab later.
All right, so now I'm back on the clock, and I am going to go and shift with probably my natural number 2 beer here, and well, no, maybe number 3, but I'm gonna go with Paulana Oktoberfest just to take that one off the board because I have a feeling some other people might have that one on their lists.
I'm actually looking at the rest of my picks. I think I might be pretty safe for most of these. And maybe 1 or 2 that somebody might steal.
That's why I went early with the Dope Whip.
I mean, after 2 rounds, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape with what I have available and what I was thinking other people might take. So I have a later pick that I'm going to say that's going to be more personal. But my second pick, I will take a Beta Purple Haze.
Ooh.
That was one of the ones. Thanks, Pat.
It's fine. So not my number 2 beer choice, but I wanted take it off the board for
Yeah,
being
we're
available.
draft strategy.
But also, I mean, it'll be a top 5, top 7 beer for sure. But I needed probably a little earlier than I would have taken it in general.
Who's up next?
That would be you.
Me?
Yep.
All right. Well, then I got to go with Francis Connor, Weiss Beer.
I am going to pick
Get 2 picks.
Sam Adams Boston Lager.
Well, he's attacking
This
Travis here.
motherfucker.
And then
Did this dude know?
and then
I think he read Travis's list before he picked.
And then I'm going to pick Sam Adams
Uh-oh.
Oktoberfest.
Is that one on your list too, Travis?
But now we'll have to think of another one because two of mine are off now. 3 of mine are off.
That's
Four
a
mine are
good
off.
pick, Mike. I like your strategy here. It's a dick move, but I get what you're going with. I didn't tailor mine to be as personal to Travis as you did, but respect to you, sir.
I like those beers.
Yeah, I know you do.
And I like them too.
I like pissing off
But look,
Travis.
see, that's why we did this. This differs from our top 5 in the sense that once somebody takes it, nobody else can have it. So that's why I love the idea of it. And then, look, it's a game. I can say, yeah, I'm pissed at you because I wanted them in my team, but at the same time, that's why we do this. That's why we do fantasy football.
Psst, Mike, I know another one he wants.
If this were a bourbon draft, I would take Penelope Rio first just to piss off Russell.
Should take High West second to piss Travis off.
That's not my bottle of the year this year.
You have a lot of good options for that. So
So I'm up next.
All right, so Sean, you are back on the clock.
Okay. And you said it could be an old one. It could be.
As long as it was bottled or canned, even if it doesn't exist anymore.
Bottle and cans, just clap your hands.
'Cause the one you-
clap your hands.
The one you mentioned off air, I would say a lot of viewers have probably had that at some point in time. So I would definitely count it.
Well, I'll save it for a later round maybe, but I'll go with a Shiner beer. I'll take the prickly pear.
that's a good pick. Ooh, I think one of
That's my wide receiver 1. No.
my dark horse beers is going to make it. I think because it's not super thought about. It's good beer, but it's not super thought about.
I think that puts Pat back on the clock.
All right, third pick. I will. Russell, you're going to hate me for this.
I'm waiting for it.
No, I'm actually going to spare you. So since we've been running through Oktoberfest beers, I have not heard Spot and Oktoberfest get taken.
Ooh.
So I will take Spot and Oktoberfest as my number 3.
Pat might be attacking Todd's list here.
No,
Which makes sense.
He just made me think of something, though.
Who's up?
So that puts me back on the clock. Let me get this one out of here in case somebody else tries to take this one. I'm going to go with St. Arnold's Fancy Lawnmower.
yeah.
Take it off the board.
I had it on my list. I figured one you were probably going to take it, best being that we do it for the fantasy football draft as of late. Who's up?
So that
I like
puts
the
Russ on the
scribble.
clock.
I am now going to select Parish Brewing Canebrake.
On my list as well. I didn't think it would make it, but I felt like I thought you were going to get it before I thought about it. I'm kind of surprised Ghost was your number 1 pick though.
Ghost was not. No, Ghost wasn't.
Not number 1, but like that high up for you, because that was your second one. Oh,
I think it's in alignment with my top 5 as well.
that's fair.
All right, Todd, you're up.
All right, well, obviously, I'm going to have to pick Blue Moon Belgian White just to get that one off the board before someone takes it.
It's great beer.
That was actually the first beer that got me hooked on going to like lagers and the Bulldog and getting it on draft. And I looked for it on Friday evenings. I looked forward to it. It was almost like my candy. Having it on draft with an orange in it. Oh, so good.
An orgasm of the mouth.
A mouth orgasm.
So, Todd, you're still on the clock because you get the back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm trying to debate which one I want to go with next, and I think I'm going to go with the Port Orleans Cream Thickle next, just to get that one off the board because I know Travis likes that one. He might steal it. So, that one.
That's a good choice. I wish I would have had that more often before it was, cut out.
Hopefully it's one they'll really consider bringing back too.
Yeah, so
We should have done a steal button. We have one time where we could press the button and steal somebody's.
We could
like a white elephant game?
We could have did like a trade picks kind of thing, So like, all right, I know Mike's going to take Shiner number 1. I got to trade for the number 1 overall pick.
The steal button could have gotten very personal, and not that there would be a fight, but we would have had some animosity going on if we had a steal button. I like the idea. I'm here for all the chaos, but I just
fisticuffs.
polite fisticuffs.
We could bring it full circle and settle it on the putt-putt course whenever we go do that.
The winner of Putt Putt gets to take a beer from someone else. Lock it in.
The winner of Putt Putt does not do a shot of Malort. Everybody else does. Oh,
Russell, you're now on the clock.
that sounds like I'm pretty confident in my Putt Putt game.
I'm going to go with Spot and Optimator.
Okay.
I thought about.
That's what I
Optimator.
thought you were talking about when you selected your Oktoberfest.
No, I was looking at a beer that's on the table.
It's on
I
my
was like,
list.
you know what? I'm not going to be a dick to him and do that to him because it's not.
Do it!
It's not really in my 5, but it would be a complete just dick move to pick that.
All right, so I'm going to hurry up and make this pick since I'm on the clock because I actually can't believe nobody's mentioned it yet, and it just actually popped on. I forgot to write it on my original list. I thought Russell might have had it, Sean might have had it. I'm going to go with Rally Cap Windy Peppercorn. Get it off the table.
I'm surprised Mike didn't take it.
Good pick. We even drank one last week. God damn.
That's a steal. That is a steal for a 4th rounder, fellas.
And
It is.
and Travis just made me think of another one. Fuck.
Who's up?
That would be me. So now I'm between a rock and a hard place. I got my couple locals. Well, I got a local beer, so I'm good there. I've got a seasonal beer. I've got a Mexican beer. So I'm trying to think: do I want to diversify my portfolio with a beer choice here, or just want to go for what is one of my favorites overall? And I'm kind of torn on that. So with that, I will go with the beer that really impressed me, and I can't wait for it to come back. So it'll be another local. I'm going with Port Orleans Nola Runs on Dunkel.
Good choice.
Solid choice.
Good choice, Pat.
Who's up?
Sean, you're now on the clock.
You motherfucker.
All right. Pretty easy. Since the old one we were talking about, Covington Strawberry or Heinebrau Strawberry, whatever you want to call it. Miss it in the frosty mugs at Liuz's or even at the Bulldog. Yep. Strawberry puree at the bottom of the bottle.
Is it the best strawberry beer?
In my opinion, yes.
I agree
It's
with Sean on that one.
Abita Strawberry doesn't even come close.
Yeah, and I know
Not even close.
I know they have like the Paradise Park strawberry, which again, Paradise Park is itself
garbage.
It's not going to make anybody's
So
list. I'm
far,
sure.
every Paradise Park flavored one like that is just not that good. The peach, any
The
of them.
wild berry was better than I thought it was going to be, but I would not get a whole lot of it.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
There's also a beer that may very well be my next pick that makes a strawberry version too. That I also don't feel like is as good as Covington. Maybe not as good as Abita either. Because I think Covington Brewhouse Strawberry blew the strawberry beers out the water.
Is that your pick?
That was Sean's pick.
Okay,
wasn't it?
Sean. Okay.
And
So we're only doing 7 rounds, right?
yes, so
I'd be leaving some out, fellas.
So we're about to close out round 4. And Mike, you're going to close us out with round 4, and you're going to start us off in round 5. So you get back-to-back picks on the clock.
All right.
Damn.
No rush, Mike. You
I got to
can
take us some more beers.
This
Make 'em count.
these next 2 picks are semi-local or local. For my 4th round pick, it's going to be from Lazy Magnolia Southern Pecan.
Good choice.
Good choice. Good choice.
Fantastic beer.
For my 5th round pick, it's going to be Abita and a Gator.
Solid.
Nice.
I debated on Strawgator as well, just because I wanted a beta. But again, the fact that Purple Haze was still around, which I'll take it. So
And I will. That's me next, right?
Yes, Sean, you're on the clock.
I will follow that up with the Abita Alpha Gator. I've been drinking a lot of that lately. I had one a few days ago. I don't know why. It's an IPA that I actually like.
Anybody add Barracuda on here or what?
No.
don't think so.
I didn't find it that bad. But
It's not a bad beer. I don't think it would make my 7 though.
no, it's not going to round out a top team here. All right, so that puts Pat back on the clock.
That's me. Okay. 5th round pick. Okay, so this one I rediscovered today, and I hadn't had one in a long, long time, probably over a year, and I was pleasantly surprised when I had it. I'm going to take a Smithwick's Red Ale.
Okay. I actually had one of those in Disney World.
Yeah, Raglan Road, right?
Yep.
I wanted a little diversity, and I had one today, and I was like, man, this is really good. And it's been a long time, so I was very
It's not as good as Killian's, but
probably so. But I've never had a Killian's, as we mentioned and talked about before, so I couldn't really. If I was going to pick a red ale, I'd have to pick this one because that's the only one I've had.
Last I checked, Killian's is still available, still a free agent. So if somebody wants to piss Todd off. All right. That actually.
the problem is my next 5. It's like I gotta really decide which ones I want.
All right, so that puts me back on the clock. My 5th round pick is going to go with that beer I mentioned, makes a strawberry variety. Local, probably my favorite brewery in the state of Louisiana. And I'm going to go with Gnarly Barley, Catahoula Common, 5th round pick.
I thought you might have taken that one higher.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think anyone was going to maybe steal it from you other than maybe Todd to just be a jerk. But
I don't like it enough to steal it.
okay.
You, Mike, that might, it almost seems like you and Mike have similar taste buds tonight.
Mike
so.
pre-read my list today. So. All right, so that actually puts Russ back on the clock with his 5th round pick.
So I'm going to pivot and try and diversify my picks right now. This isn't a beer that I've had a lot of, but I wish I could because it's not local. So I'm going to go with Heavy Rift Love Gun.
Very nice, very nice.
I did relook up all the breweries in St. Louis when we were on our trip, and I was trying to figure out one of the ones I had, and I couldn't find the name of it. But I'm happy to see that one of those beers made. I thought it was going to make somebody's list.
So if I would have had more availability with it, then it probably would make mine as well. That was a delicious beer, probably one of the best ones we've had, from any of the breweries we've been to around the country.
Yeah,
so
thinking about it, there's a couple that I could really add from like other out of state ones, but I guess because you don't really get to sample them enough or try them enough, I didn't put any on there.
All right. Well, with that being said, you're on the clock for your 5th round pick, and then you get to follow it immediately up with your 6th round pick.
All right. Well, I'm gonna start. This is round 5.
This is round 5.
So I'm gonna do Kona Longboard. That's really easily one of my go-tos. It's smooth. It's refreshing.
I looked at a bunch of their beer lists and I thought about it. And Longboard, yeah. What's the other one? Big Wave?
Big Wave sucks. I
don't think it's that terrible.
Longboard's way
okay.
better.
Longboard is way better.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
I actually almost got a Big Wave at Wrong Iron before. We're like, oh, let's do the Purple Haze. We were talking about it enough. But I was like looking at the Big Wave. I'm like, eh.
And I got in. So I'm looking at my list right now, and this one I have to include in it. The Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter, easily the best mint beer I've had. Like I said, I haven't tried that Guinness peppermint that was released a couple of years ago. I think it was actually a chocolate mint, if I'm not mistaken. But the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter is amazing. Can't leave that one out.
Okay, and that puts Russ back on the clock.
So I was afraid this was going to be picked earlier, and I might be the only one that actually likes this beer this much. But Mike had a bunch of Sam Adams picks, so I'm going to go with Sam Adams Winter Ale.
Not the white winter ale?
No,
That's
the
a good
regular
choice.
blue
That's
label.
really good.
Good choice. I thought after how much we all enjoyed the Winter White Ale,
And that's fantastic.
someone would have
Yep.
probably nabbed one of those two. So I'm surprised they made it this long just out of how it landed.
I go the other day that actually I went somewhere the other day where I got a Sam Adams Cold Snap on draft, and that's another one of their winter beers, which is also really good.
That was Finn's.
Oh, yeah, Finn's. You're right. I got a Cold Snap at Finn McCool's and followed it up with a Guinness.
I've yet to try the Cold Snap, but it sounds like it's really, really good.
Yep.
Does
All
that put me on the clock?
No, it's me.
Okay.
So this is technically probably a top 3 beer of mine, but I figured it was pretty safe. But I'm going to go ahead and take it with my 6th round pick, and I'm going to go with Amstel Light. It's one of the it's a light beer, but it actually to me doesn't taste like a light beer. I fell in love with it back when I was in graduate school. Still love it to this day. So I'm going to take Amstel Light with my 6th pick.
That was the one I was going to give to you, Mike.
And that puts Patrick back on the clock for his 6th round pick. Sorry.
Okay. You're probably a little surprised I didn't pick a beer from this brewery already, and strategically I didn't do it because I needed to get some picks. I needed to get some other picks off the board first. As Todd alluded to, it does come from Brash, in its vulgar display of power.
Brash Brewing out of Houston, Texas, for those who don't know.
Please, dear God, can more of that, please.
Yes.
I need more.
I still have the can at home. 14%.
Yeah, I think I have one left, and I'm like, shit, man, I can't run through this one before I go back.
So who's up? Me?
Sean, you are on the clock. Sixth
And-
round pick.
And Russell, I will give you a shout out for reminding me of this one that, speaking of cans, I had a bunch of cans that I saved and I put them kind of like strategically displayed them on a shelf instead of just thrown randomly. So one from St. Louis, it was Four Hands Brewing, wasn't it? And the chocolate milk stout. I still have the can with the cow, the milkman cow on the can.
I was looking at them, and I think that might have been the one I had that I couldn't remember what it was. But I remember they did have a standout beer, and I think that one was it.
I think I got Bob to try it, and he thought it was amazing. And then I brought a 4-pack home, or I forget how many I brought home, and was drinking them at the pool. And like people were like, "What do you drink it?" It was like, "Oh, it's chocolate milk."
And I know you mentioned the Oreo cookie stout that Port Orleans had, which they
Yeah.
never canned or bottled, but that was also
Yeah.
delicious, kind of like a dessert.
It was good at the time. I don't know if I brought that home, if I'd really, be on a top list or anything. But
It would be like a once in a every now and then
yeah,
beer.
it was
It's
gimmick.
just-
It was gimmicky. But
Yeah.
All right, so Mike, you are going to actually close out your picks here back to back with round 6 and round 7 back to back.
Okay. My first pick is Sweetwater Blue.
Oh, good choice. Good choice.
Man, that could have been another one on Travis's list.
I didn't even think to add it, but very nice choice.
And then the next one,
If he steals my pick.
I'm going to go ahead and go against the grain here and do something you could buy pretty much everywhere.
Damn
He's
it.
going.
He's doing it.
And since Pat,
He's doing it.
it's one of his favorite beers. Man, I wish we had that buzzer where we could steal. We can't. We don't do that though.
I wish I had my gun. I wish I
it's
had my
gonna
gun so I
be-
could shoot you for what you're about to do.
It's a
You got
Mexican
two counselors
beer.
at the table.
Soul?
Are we gonna file a police
Dos
report on
Equis?
that over here?
It's gonna be Modelo.
Great pick, Mike.
So we were joking around in text saying that there was going to be a couple guys fighting over this beer. I'm shocked that it lasted all the way to the first pick in the last round.
Wow, it was a 7th round pick.
I thought Mike was going to take it number 1 just to get it out the way and get it off the board and just ruin not so much me but anybody's chances.
I thought for sure he was taking Urban South Lime Cucumber Goza to piss me off, not to piss Travis off with the Shiner Bock.
I gave you a gift.
He threw a curveball. Instead, he took my
Never
favorite beer.
One of the Olivias is going to pay.
It's all right. I'm quietly putting together a good, strong lineup over here.
who's your RB1? No.
Second line coffee blonde. High commodity. All right, so that Sean for your final 7th round pick. What you gonna go with?
All right. Since I had both in my fridge at Christmas Day, and I had one of each, that I'd want to go with the long-term cherry wheat, but I'm going to go ahead with the Sam Adams White Winter Ale. I was enjoying that way more. I was actually not as impressed with cherry wheat like I used to be, so I'll go with the White Winter Ale.
There's actually quite a good bit of Sam Adams that was taken here. Sounds like we need to make another trip to Boston.
I mean, I had a Boston lager last night at Outback.
Very nice.
Solid choice.
Outback's so fucking overrated, though.
You didn't drink a Foster's?
I thought about it. I don't think I've ever had Foster's.
It's piss water.
I'm sure I'd be disappointed.
It's mid to below mid.
Yeah.
I remember trying a Foster's in like one of those oversized cans where it's like, I don't even know how many ounces it was.
And you were
I'm
like, man, I got to drink all this?
Exactly. That's what I felt like. I was like, I didn't want to finish the giant can.
The big can is a gimmick.
You could just go filter a porta potty and you'll have Foster's.
Doesn't sound like Foster's is going to make anybody's lineup.
Nor do we want a sponsorship from them.
So, Patrick, you were going to close out your team with your 7th round pick here.
All right. I have a large amount of Houston beers still left on the board. I have a couple of St. Arnold's on the board I can go with. I have a couple brash beers. There's still some Abita beers that are kind of floating around. Mike has ruined my last pick with his Modelo choice. Salute to you, sir.
Mike playing spoiler here.
I'm gonna take a very widely available beer.
Bud Light.
What, Russell? What?
I think I know what it is.
Miller Lite,
What do you think, Mike?
Bud Dry.
Bush
I
Light.
think he's going with Yingling.
No yin yang on this list.
Okay.
Bud Ice with the Penguins. Doobie-doobie-doo.
Also a no.
I think it's going to be Dos
Is it
Equis.
High Life?
Negative.
Champagne.
The champagne of beers.
No. I will take Stella Artois.
Nice, solid choice.
Stellar,
Stella's always a safe one.
Stellar Artos, as the dude said it on the commercial.
All right, so I'm going to close mine out. I don't think anybody would have had this one on, which is why I kind of saved it for last. And I don't even know if it probably wouldn't have made my list had, Shiner and Sam Adams had fallen to my team. But this is one that I tried for the first time when I was actually in Atlanta and realized that it was actually brewed here from Parish Brewing. And I didn't. Normally, I wouldn't have said that I thought it was going to be somewhere in my top 10. But I find myself every time I go to Rouse's looking to see if they have it, which is a sign that, hey, I really do like this beer, maybe more than I originally thought. So I'm going to go with Parish Brewing Greetings from Holly Beach.
Okay.
I don't know if I ever had one of those.
I have not.
I was actually disappointed in it.
I've definitely seen the cannon around a bunch of places. I just don't think I've ever tried one. It's what kind of beer is it?
It's a Berliner Weiss, but
Okay.
it's very fruity and it's very thick. So it reminds me a lot of like the cream thickle and then the Dole Whip beers that Port Orleans puts out as far as the thickness of it. And again, like when we talk about like pool time beers, I could easily see myself drinking this even as thick as it is around a pool, just because it's a very summery beer.
Wasn't there a beer that at what's the name of that brewery that closed that was that had the stage in it? Why can't Zony Mash?
Okay,
Wasn't there a beer at Zony Mash that was kind of similar to it that you liked?
maybe so. I mean, I like their Making Groceries IPA.
Yeah,
which
that's
was,
the one I was thinking of.
yeah, that was a good one. I mean, that probably my favorite IPA, if I had to guess. That was very rare that I would say an IPA would come close to my list, but that one probably would have.
What I do miss that's similar is that same line, the Parish ones. I still have the can. Is the Greetings from Grand Isle.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one in, I don't know, 3 or 4 years probably.
I know they discontinued some. They actually didn't have Greetings from Holly Beach for a while, and then I saw them advertise that it was coming back for a limited time. So I went and picked up two. I think I picked up 2 4-packs at the same time just to make sure I had it. But I end up do love it. And every time I go in the Rouse's walk-in freezer on the one off of Power right there, that I always look for it. So that rounds out my team. Parish Brewing, Greetings from Holly Beach. So Russ, you are next to close out your team.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
How are we rating these things after the fact?
I think we let the viewers rate it, and we can put it to them and say like, all right, if y'all have tried these, who do you think has the best team?
So with that said, I think I'm going for a complete viewer pick here,
Okay.
and I'm just going to take Miller Lite.
Wow.
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 You slut.
Garbage pick.
I thought you were gonna pick like Mango Card or something like that.
No, I mean my actual beer would have been something I don't think I've ever even mentioned to y'all before. But have y'all ever had a Founders ESB, extra ESB?
I haven't had that one. I've heard of Founders.
It's
I've
very, very
heard
good.
of Founders.
Yeah.
I'm picturing some brown can. Didn't we try one?
Yeah, there was one with a fish on it. That's a Founders that has a fish on the label.
The Founders also makes all day IPA.
Yes.
That's a very good beer too.
Don't they make like a breakfast stout as well, or breakfast beer as well?
I believe so.
I want to say I saw one. I know they have a barrel aged beer as well. Or there's a company that's like KBS is a brewery, and they have a breakfast stout or a type beer.
All right, Todd, we'll go ahead and close this out with beer irrelevant here.
So Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
So obviously I had 2 other beers ranked ahead of this one, but I think I'm going to go with this one. So the 2 beers that I actually had ranked ahead of it were Travis made me think of the Rally Cap LeGrand Orange with his pick of Windy Peppercorn. And then I also had Killian's Irish Red ranked ahead of it too. But when I go to Rouse's, I pick it up all the time. It is the main beer I look for when I go to Epcot and go around the World Showcase. and I find it very refreshing. I even got my father-in-law hooked on it, so I'd feel remiss if I didn't take it. And that's Moosehead Lager. So Mr. Irrelevant is going to none other than Canada, Moosehead Lager.
All right. Well, just to recap, we'll go over by his beer. Todd had lime cucumber goza, trash. Maui pineapple, solid. Blue Moon, Port Orleans cream thickle, Kona longboard, Kentucky bourbon barrel peppermint porter, and Moosehead. Travis had Second Line Coffee Blonde, Paul Lano Oktoberfest, St. Arnold's Fancy Lawnmower, Rally Cap Windy Peppercorn, Gnarly Barley Catahoula Common, Amstel Light, and Parish Greeting from Holly Beach. I had Pacifico, Purple Haze, Spot in Oktoberfest, Port Orleans Nola Runs on Dunkel, Smithwick's Red Ale, Brash's Vulgar Display of Power, and Stella. Russell had Kostreitzer, Ghost in the Machine, Parish Canebrake, Spot and Optimator, Heavy Riff Love Gun, pew, pew, Sam Adams Winter Ale,
You pulled the
and
trigger of my...
in a very Hogs fan favorite-esque pick, Miller Lite.
Shout out to Deuces. Please vote for me.
I mean, I'm curious why you maybe didn't do like Michelob Ultra to try to win some
Russell,
fanfare.
I might piss you off because your last pick could have been Rally Cap Ambush.
Oh, that is a great beer.
Not enough known to the masses for his the constituents he's trying to garner favor with.
Not enough normie clout.
Mike with the number 1 overall pick and probably the most controversial pick because of what he did to one of his teammates, went with Shinerbach. Then
It's always a shitty teammate.
Sam Adams Boston Lager, number 2. Sam Adams Oktoberfest. Lazy Magnolia Southern Pecan. Andigator. Sweetwater Blue. And to be a bad teammate to me, he took Modelo. Sean.
A very solid
Especial.
draft pick.
Sean went Port Orleans Dope Whip. What was your Hefeweizen beer?
Francis Connor.
Franciscan, sorry. I could remember and I can't read, so I'm sorry. I'm illiterate.
But it's Travis's handwriting suck.
No, I just jet your education. I'm
What
illiterate.
was right
He's
and
been
fast?
he's been doing fine.
They had Shiner Prickly Pear, Covington Brewhouse Strawberry, Abita Alpha Gator, Four Hands Chocolate Milk Stout, and Sam Adams Winter White Ale to close out for 7.
So look, I think that's some pretty good beers. We'll post these up for our viewers to see, and we'll eventually open it up to some voting to figure out who has the best teams. We'll maybe go head to head with each other to see who wins, and overall let our viewers pick to see who has their favorite team.
I mean, I think these also might be posed to be some good sampling beers on the small craft advisors.
Yes.
Absolutely. So, I know some of y'all have not had the Parish Greetings from Holly Beach. I think that would be a good one to bring on. I would love to try Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter if you'd bring that one on.
Yeah, I would say for the next maybe couple beer reviews, we just pick a beer from every person's list.
I would
just
love to have some
decide on
cream
one.
tickle again if you're listening, Port Orleans.
I was gonna say, I know we've previously talked about like giving somebody the spotlight. Like, Pat, it's your week. Which beer would you like to try?
Yeah, we just pick from our top 5 and plus 2.
It's fair.
Anybody have any thoughts on someone else's group or how you think you did with your draft?
Mike for MVP of most upsets.
Mike for being a dick. Yeah.
What grade would Yahoo give your draft? Your draft.
1.
So that would be an A plus.
I mean, you selected some pretty mainstream beers with the Shinerbach and the Sam Adams.
I did
And
that
the
on
Modelo.
purpose. And I the
You'd probably
Modelo
get an A plus from Yahoo.
The Modelo was not so much to mess with Pat, even though I knew that was one of his favorite beers, but I did it because I know
totally
that
wasn't to mess with Pat.
no, I did it more so because I knew that was something that it's a mainstream beer that most people would recognize and vote for.
To be honest with you, I'm looking at these teams, and I think overall as a whole, from a viewer standpoint, on whose they would recognize the most of, it would probably be Mike's. Yeah. I know Russ went for that dark horse at the end to try to get the fan vote with Miller Lite, but
He also picked Canebrake, though. A lot of people like Canebrake.
Yeah, Canebrake was on there for that reason as well.
My very first thought was, man, I'm gonna go for all the German beers, but then not a lot of people drink German beers. So
I didn't know we were getting people to vote on this, so I mean, I was just picking my favorites.
No, that's okay. Like, you don't have to try to win the viewer vote to say who are the best team. It's really about which ones you like the best too.
Yeah, I feel like I definitely went for a diverse list, but also Pacifica was circled number one. Like, no matter where I draft, I have to try to get that as fast as I can. And then after that, it was probably one of the Oktoberfest beers, because I felt like they were going to go pretty quick because they're still very top of mind for us. After that, Purple Haze was one I was eyeing up and hoping was going to be there. And so I was pleasantly surprised with that for like my second pick. But I wanted some diversity with mine, but also some really good, what I feel is also some of my favorite beers.
Yeah, my plan was to definitely try to get the second line Coffee Blonde early, probably second round, just to kind of get Todd away from it.
I think Russ likes it a lot too, huh?
Yeah, I didn't have it on my list because I didn't realize it was bottled. Because I remember only drinking it at the brewery.
Yeah. No, Whole Foods, not Whole Foods, Total Wine actually used to sell it, and I believe Whole Foods probably did too. But yeah, it did. But I didn't think somebody was going to take Shiner with the first pick, not to mention the first overall. So I was going to still take him as my number one just to show them the love that they deserve. But did not think they were going to go one overall. So kudos to Mike on that one.
We've been talking a lot about Shiner beers, and I could have picked other Shiner beers, but I was like, man, why not pick the classic? You know,
Yeah, the one that got it, one that got the party started.
I really didn't do it to mess with you. It just happens to be that way.
I don't think no one would fault you for taking Shiner number one. Because it's just a good beer. Period.
It's a great beer.
I mean, the Black Lager could have easily been on mine, as well as the Shiner Bock. So.
Yeah, look, no, I don't fault you. I mean, I know we like to bust each other's balls here, and yes, it was the one I wanted number one, but that's just kind of like when you're doing a fantasy football draft, and somebody takes the pick you've been eyeing. That's just part of the game.
Well, Sean, you have anything on yours or everyone else's in general?
I'd say Yahoo gives me a solid C+.
And on that note,
Wagons out.